Hello viewers, we're back with this Holmes fan that had the thermal fuse failure. I've ordered some new thermal fuses. These are a little more substantial. These are 250 volts, 15 amps, which is obviously a lot more than this is going to draw, but it's the same temp spec of 113 degrees Celsius, and I couldn't find ones that were of a lower wattage or amperage. So it is what it is. I've begun installing this. What we need to do here now is connect the winding lead to one end of this, and then the main electrical lead, which ultimately is going to be this, to the other side. Now, when you're connecting to a winding wire, there's a varnish over this wire, which is why when it's wrapped around here it doesn't just short out on the inside. But having that varnish on there is going to prevent it from making a connection to whatever you're soldering to. So I'm going to take a knife that is not in very good condition because this is going to dull in the blade, and I'm just going to kind of scrape off the varnish. Now it's important to take note that this piece of the wire does not touch any part of the winding, because now, or not necessarily the winding, but other parts of the motor, because now it's not insulated anymore. So I'm going to connect the winding to this side of the thermal fuse, kind of like this. And this is not the greatest way to do it. You know, ideally you want a thermal fuse that's not so big, but this is what I've got here as far as, you know, buying parts at a reasonable price, because this is a fairly cheap fan anyways. Alright, so that's on there now. We're going to go ahead and solder that on. Okay, so that's all connected now. I did end up putting the tape back on there for whatever that's worth. I'm going to connect. This is going to go here. The hot side of this cord is going to be the non-striped side. This will be the hot side. So we're going to feed this into the switch. Then we're going to put our two windings into the switch. Okay, that's got to get restripped. Okay. And now we have to restrip this. I'll just do both of these because neither of these are really that good of a quality. Okay, and we're just going to apply some solder to this to make sure it sticks well. And this thing, I hope these are metal inside. This one's only plastic. It's kind of flaky, but I'll try to reuse this. It's the metal ones you can usually reuse. This one I think is not going to be reusable because it's too cheap. Yeah, we'll just have to use a wire nut. That's fine, whatever. Alright, so this should now be ready to go. Let's plug it in and see what happens. I don't know if the windings are connected to the switch correctly because I don't know what speed is which on which side, but as you can see, it is working. Let's check the other side of the switch. That is working as well. Alright, so the repair is complete at this point. We're going to go ahead and clean the fan up. Some of the other parts here, you can see they're relatively dirty. So we'll do another video where we go around and clean the parts. And then this series will be complete and the fan will be ready to be used.